Hello and welcome to this video. We once again have to talk about crime, and I've got to talk about this. I can't be silent because after what I saw tonight, a tremendous waste of resources in Belmore. You see that, 5 Nassau County police cars. I don't know what they're doing. They're just hanging out, when there's crime going on in other parts of the county. And I literally see every week, I see them hanging out at the Belmore train station. Every week to protect the people in Belmore. But when it comes to Roosevelt Field, it's a different story. They should be at Roosevelt Field. They should be at Mineola. But they're not there. We already saw what happened with the smash and grab. Pat Ryder is a lousy, Long Island Audit spoken about how corrupt he is. My criticism of it is he's looking out for the South Shore. He lives in Wantaw. He's looking out for his friends on the South Shore, and he doesn't care about the middle of the island at all. Roosevelt Field, we already know the police, the thief got away. He got away. Maybe if the police were on site, he wouldn't have gotten away. All right? No arrests have been made, all right, because he got away. All right? We saw this already. We already covered this already, all right? Got away, all right? This woman says she's seen a lot of stuff go on at that mall. There's not enough security, all right? And so we're going to talk about this. Kind of relates to the latest thing that kind of ties into Roosevelt Field. So News 12 actually has been covering crime, and I'll give them credit. They've been covering crime. They've finally been doing it. I don't know why or what's changed, but they're finally covering it. So we're going to play this story here. This man murdered his grandmother, stabbed her to death, all right? And this man was arrested for something at Roosevelt Field earlier this year. So let's go ahead and play this video.
News 12, everyone. I'm Tamar Ponton. Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with new details now about the man prosecutors say stabbed his grandmother to death inside of her Amityville home. News 12's Carmen Grant is in the neighborhood where it happened, and she was there today as Dwight Claremont faced a judge. And Carmen, I understand there was a lot of drama in that courtroom.
Sure there was.
That's right. It took hours for defendant Dwight Claremont to agree to be formally arraigned. Today, we learned in court after he allegedly stabbed his 81-year-old grandmother to death, he turned a knife on his mother.
Oh, my God.
This is Dwight Claremont
being
walked out in handcuffs by police before his arraignment. He was formally charged today with second-degree murder in the fatal stabbing of his 81-year-old grandmother, Mauricia Leopold, inside her Amityville home on Watkins Terrace Saturday morning.
The whole street was closed.
Watkins and New Highway. So let's look this up because that's really not Amityville. I'm pretty sure that's North Amityville, and there's a big difference between the two. So New Highway is this road right here. So Watkins, let's see, it's probably one of these streets right here. It comes off it. So let's see, we can find Watkins here. I'll have to look it up because I'm terrible at finding streets. All right, it's right here, North Amityville. Yep. So here we go. This is where it happened, right here. So this is North Amityville, not Amityville. This is the middle of the island, basically, all right? So this is the kind of, violent people that we have on the streets in the middle of the island. So it's generally this area right here, all right? So, yeah, this is the area. This was the house that it happened in. So, I mean, a heinous crime, a horrible murder. How can you murder somebody in your own family? I mean, all right, we're going to finish playing this story.
So we couldn't get in or out the whole day.
In court, the prosecution revealed that Claremont's mother woke up to screams and saw her son Dwight holding a bloody knife over the body of his grandmother.
Oh my God.
According to prosecutors, the defendant then went after his own mother with the knife.
Oh.
Authorities say she was able to lock herself in a bathroom as Claremont tried to stab his way through the door with the knife. Neighbors are in shock at what took place inside the home.
I wasn't expecting that, a family member killing another family member.
Authorities say they arrived 4 minutes after the 911 call. Police say Claremont has several criminal offenses, including exposing himself to 2 women back in April at the Roosevelt Field Mall.
Another example. Why is this violent person released back out on the streets again? He has a long rap sheet. But these are the kind of violent people that we have to deal with in the middle of the island.
Now, Claremont has been remanded. His next court appearance is
unfortunately,
on
he won't get out
November
now. It's too
17th.
late.
If convicted, he
Innocent
faces
person is dead
25
now.
to life in prison. That's the latest here from Amityville. Carmen Grant, News 12 Long Island.
Yeah, he better face life in prison. What a monster. What a monster to do that. So, this is an example of what goes on in the middle of the island. This is an example of the crime that we have to deal with. So while now, this person that smashed and grabbed at Roosevelt could also be very violent. All right? But he's on the loose. And here's another thing that happened. Domestic incident leads to police chase and crash in Nassau County. And the suspect is at large. Yeah, the Nassau County Police let him get away. Believe it or not. Yep.
And breaking right now on News 12, a police chase and crash on the North Shore after police say a woman was being held against her will inside a car. She's now safe, but that driver hasn't been caught yet. News 12's Kevin Vesey joins us live from Manhasset. And Kevin, this chase stretched for miles. What can you tell us right now?
Yeah, Joe, it's a really dramatic scene here. So according to witnesses, there were more than a dozen police cars chasing after that suspect this afternoon. Police tell us the person who they were trying to arrest was holding a woman against her will
Kidnapping.
inside of his car. So this all started in Glen Cove at around noon today. Police say the pursuit then continued into Manhasset, where the driver of the vehicle, they say, intentionally rammed his car into a Glen Cove police cruiser here at the corner of Northern Boulevard and Searingtown Road. From there, investigators say the suspect let the woman out, but they say he then drove away again, and he still has not been caught.
Yeah, they
Witnesses
haven't
tell
caught
me
him
they
yet.
saw a large group of police cars going after this guy.
There was about 15, 20 cops going by, chasing him, and they went southbound on this road. Glen Cove.
How could they let him get
and,
away?
A lot of undercover cops.
What were they doing? Did they have their lights flashing?
Oh, yeah, every one of them.
Were they driving fast?
Yes, yeah.
So
In hot pursuit.
And they let him get away.
And police tell me no one was injured during that pursuit or from that crash. And cops say the victim who got out, that person is now safe, thankfully. But again, that kidnapping suspect is still on the loose. And Joe, police have not yet provided a description of that suspect or his vehicle.
I thought it was a Civic. I guess that's just a rumor. So, no, it says police say not a 2017 black Honda Accord. They called off the chase. It says, why did they call off the chase? You know, if this happened on the South Shore, they would not have let him get away. It's so obvious what's going on. It really is. It's so obvious. It really is so obvious. So let's go to the next one here. All right, that's that one where we did that. Now, the next thing in the middle of the island that happened, all right, they didn't really send a report. This happened in the Pine Barrens, folks. A headless chicken's goat skeleton found at Middle Island Cemetery. So, yeah.
Take a look here. The Suffolk SPCA
Send a
says someone
report.
carried
This is
out
what
an
happens in the
animal
middle of the island.
sacrifice. Headless chickens and a goat skeleton were found by a man walking his dog.
We're in the Pine Barrens. There's a pitch pine there.
Dog at Union Cemetery on Saturday.
This is the stuff that goes on in the middle of the
Investigators
island,
believe the animals were tortured as part of a ritual, and investigators say whoever did it wanted those animals to suffer.
This is just something that is, it's a barbaric act of animal cruelty. These animals are suffering terribly. It's not a quick kill.
Yeah, 2 beheaded chickens were found in the same spot
pretty
last month.
ridiculous.
No
It
arrests have
happened
been
in the
made
Pine
yet.
Barrens.
This is a felony, by the way. The Suffolk SPCA is offering a cash reward for
So
information.
that's Suffolk County. I know we're a little off topic here. We're mainly focusing on Nassau County. Another example of violence in Nassau County. Bethpage man accused of resisting arrest and injuring a police officer.
Actually getting into a fight and resisting arrest, sending a police officer to the hospital. Police say they were called to Normandy Drive in Bethpage last night. It's after 2 men got into an argument. This man here, 25-year-old Sharif Florentino, allegedly walked up to a 52-year-old man's car and then broke the back window. When officers tried to arrest him, we're told he became violent and resisted arrest. One officer was taken to the hospital. That officer is expected to be okay. Fiorentino faces multiple charges today.
So, we got one more to go, folks.
One-year-old man killed in a fire in Hempstead. The victim was in the basement of a home
Overcrowded house.
the mayor says was being rented illegally. News 12 Cecilia Dowd spoke with
stuff
those
that
who
happens in
escaped the
Little
flames.
It was bad. When I was coming down, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't see the stairs.
I just knew I had to get out. I thought about my sisters first. So I opened their door as soon as I could, and I was like, is your room smoky? We gotta get out, we gotta get out.
It was around 5:30 Monday morning when a fire broke out at this Hempstead Village home. Police say an 81-year-old man died.
We tried knocking on the doors, opening it, but it was locked.
The victim was in the basement.
In the village of Hempstead, it is against our village ordinance for anyone to be living in a basement apartment.
Yep, they were. You can say that, but you did nothing about it, and now somebody is dead. And I'm sure if that was Rockville Center, it wouldn't have happened, because in Rockville Center, they enforce the codes. But no, not Hempstead, not Mineola.
Hempstead Mayor Waylon Hobbs says there were 2 bedrooms in the basement.
This home at 63 Devon Road was operating as an illegal rental home with absentee landlord.
The chief fire marshal says 16 people, including children, have been displaced. We're told there were smoke detectors, but they didn't appear to be working.
It's pretty bad. I think landlords should have, we pay to live here, you know.
A fire official says the cause appears to be accidental, related to a space heater, which was plugged into a power strip, which was plugged into an overloaded outlet. The mayor says they're working on bringing in more building inspectors to the village. Cecilia Dowd, News 12, Long Island.
Because they don't have the resources, I guess.
Now, the Red Cross is helping the displaced residents, we're told.
So those poor people lost everything, all right? This is what happens when you live in an illegal apartment, all right? You shouldn't rent illegal apartments, all right? They're very dangerous. You take your life in your hands, you know, and this is exactly why. It puts people at risk. But again, the resources just aren't there. You know, it's all about helping the South Shore. It's all about these people on the South Shore. Oh, look, there's another police car. Rockville Center, plenty of life, right? You know, they're living it up. They're living it up. They're having the good life there, enjoying, especially if they win big, you know, living it up, you know, just enjoying life in the enclave, you know, while we suffer. And look at how beautifully clean it is there, right? And then you get to Mineola, and, well, I get to see this. I get to see cars with illegal running lights on them and stuff, you know? This is even North Wansaw. I was in North Wansaw the other day. Look at how nicely kept up it is. This life. It's just Sunday night. You get back to Mineola, it's dead. There's not a soul around. It's completely dead, and there's just trash piled up all over the place. Even my camera didn't want to take a picture. All right? You know, it's disgusting. It really is. It's this inequality going on. It's like the laws and quality of life are only enforced for these people here in the South Shore. That's it. They're not enforced for all of us. You know, that's not right. But that blame goes to the NCPD. That blame goes to County Executive Bruce Blakeman. We can't even blame the Democrats for this. This is all on Bruce Blakeman here. All right? He's the county executive. And he's only looking at, he lives in Atlantic Beach. He's only looking out for his friends on the South Shore. And I said that was obvious when that's why I voted for Laura Kern. Because Laura Kern attended some open houses at some of like New Hyde Park. It was a whole open house for this area, New Hyde Park, Mineola, for the Meet the Candidates. He didn't show up, Bruce Blakeman. He's more interested in helping the South Shore. It's obvious, you know. So I hope Ed Romaine turns out a lot better, because Bruce Blakeman is just horrible, and Pat Ryder is too. They're only looking out for the South Shore. The rest of us, we get to continue to live in fear of violent people, unstable, homeless people in our community, and crime, while the white finance professionals get to live it up in their enclaves. It's not right, and I'm not going to be silent about it. I'm going to keep talking about this.